What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Go format match duel, and this time we have Warrior versus Zombies. Now this is the first time I'm actually playing Warriors because I was never really into like the deck so much, not even like back then, but I definitely saw this build and I just had to try it. So before we begin, for a reminder as always to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So we're going to start first, I believe. No, sadly, second. Ooh, very misleading, but it's okay. So our opponent has Tribute to the Doom, Pyramid Turtle, World Decree, Mind Control, and Ring of Destruction. We do have Zambara, Mirror Forest, Reinforcements, Mystic Swordsman, level 2, and Book of Moon. So both of our hands are pretty decent, and they draw into Gravekeeper Spy. So they're going to set the Spy, set the Ring, and then pass to us. Okay, so our only play is to summon the Mystic, they're going to ring us, and then we're going to have no choice but to set the Mirror Force and pretty much pass. So our opponent draws into another Pyramid Turtle, very good. They're going to flip in attack mode, so summon a Gravekeeper Spy in defense, and then they're going to go straight into battle phase attack. We take 1200, they're going to set the World Decree, we're going to summon Zambaya, then Zambaya is going to attack. So then he's going to go and minus 200 attack now since he destroyed a monster by battle. We're instead of Book of Moon pass, our opponent goes Royal Decree. Very good. Next, they go and they draw. Okay, now this is very interesting. Despair from the Dark. So, especially with a lot of people playing Duel, this is definitely a decent card. And especially if they go against like another zombie deck that's playing like zombie vampire and they choose like monster, they could actually get this guy out pretty fast. So it's a very good card, and I wasn't really expecting our opponent to have it. So they're going to summon Pyramid Total. They're going to attack. We have no choice but to Book a Moon in. Okay, and then back to return. We're going to go and summon the Mystic Swordsman level 2 again. Swing to go and kill it. And then pretty much set and then pass. So yeah, even though we're locked into like our traps, it's always good to have in case if later on if we end up being able to get rid of that Royal Decree, at least we could do some plays. So they're going to go Kaiku tag. We're going to take damage. They're going to banish our other swordsman. That's fine. We're going to go summon the ninja. That's going to pop that. And then our Zambara, since he's at 19, is going to attack, but then he's going to lose another 200, bringing him at 17 now. So not too great, but it's okay. So our opponent goes Pyramid Turtle. They're going to go and swing. So they're going to take 500 life points. Then our guy is going to decrease again. And then they're going to go Ryu and then attack into our ninja. And yeah, pretty much that's killing us a lot. So we're going to draw into Blacklisted Soldier, which is very good. So first thing we're going to do is Reinforcement, get ourselves an Exile Force, summon the Exile, well, doesn't really matter, we're going to pop it. Now we're not going to attack, and the reason why I'm not attacking is because I kind of want my opponent to force an attack, and since he was at, what was it, 15. Okay, like I want my opponent to really get over it because he's only 500 defense. So I was trying to bait my opponent out, and that's why I didn't attack with him. So they draw into Power of Greed. They're going to go draw 2 cards. There you go. They get Regenerated Mummy and Breaker. Not bad. So they're going to go and swing. They're not going to use Breaker effect because there's no point. Oh no, they do. Which is like not really necessary. I already kept the 19 beater. Okay, so we're drawn to Mystical Space Typhoon. Very nice. So we're going to go banish 2, okay, for Blacklisted Soldier, use Reinforcement, get Blade Knight. Now summon Blade Knight, he's at 2000 attack, we're going to go battle phase, attack with Blacklisted Soldier, then attack again with Blacklisted Soldier, and then end the game with Blade Knight, and that's it. So now for game 2, siding, and we are going second again. So we're going to go and draw, and we draw into Delinquent Duel, Book of Moon, Trap Dust Shoot, Dust Tornado, and Reinforcement. Our opponent has Book of Life, Power of Greed, Swords of Revealing Light, World Decree, and also Tribe Infecting Virus. Okay, so not so bad. You draw into Delinquent Duel. We're going to use Power of Greed first. So I wouldn't use Power of Greed first. I would use Delinquent Duel, and then depending, that changes a lot for a discard farther, by the way. So always do Delinquent Duel first before your Power of Greed. So Delinquent Duel. So we're going to go and discard, and let's see what we discard. Our Dust Tornado. So now We're getting rid of the trap dustry because in case if our opponent decides to say and we activate a delinquent duel, it's not 100% that our trap dustry would be viable. So that's why I decided to discard that. And then they're going to set World Decree, so which is kind of good actually. So we're going to go draw Breaker, use Breaker's effect. And then we're going to swing, well, delinquent duel first. So we're going to go and discard the swords and the pyramid turtle and then attack for 16. And then set the Book of Moon and pass. Our opponent drew into Mystical Space Typhoon. We're going to decide to actually chain it. So there we go. So then our opponent cannot do like Pyramid Turtle moves and attack into it. So tribe attack. Okay. So we draw. So we did get quite greedy here because I want like to lower my opponent like advantage in hand size. So got Donza Log. So then we did like that and Snat Steel. But we should have just added like a Blade Knight and then just swing over and then play like that. So yeah, it was kind of a big miss. Yeah, I got too greedy. Yo, good format. You can't afford to get greedy because plays like that really hurts quite a bit. Because since I was happy that we got the Book of Moon, Book of Life out, he still had Premature Burial, so he's able to Premature Burial, bring back the Pyramid Turtle, and then swing with the Pyramid Turtle. So they're going to summon the Warrior, Slate Warrior. Is this Slate Warrior or Cyber Warrior? Cypher Soldier. There you go. Wow, I haven't seen that card in ages. So quite good. Gains 2000 attack. Very nice. Okay. And then Pyramid Turtle is going to attack. So then they're going to summon the Ryu. And then Ryu is going to attack. And there we go. So pretty nice. Okay, so we draw into Trap Dust Shoot. It's really not looking good, so we're going to set, pass it to our opponent. Surprisingly, he doesn't really do much. He drew into Morbius, so he could actually tribute the Cypher Warrior to pop it, but if he's scared to Rancho, that could be also a dangerous card. So then we go and set our Solemn Judgment, and then they draw into Regenerated Mummy, and going into battle phase to attack once again, so we're taking quite a bit of damage. We drew into our ninja, which we have no choice but to summon. Or we could have said it, but then it could have possibly been like the same result. Yeah, there was no point. So attack, and then I didn't do like the math correctly, but that's actually exactly 1550 that we lose. So yeah, I should have actually probably done the math on that, but it's okay. Now we're going into game 3 though. So we are finally going first. Yeah. So what we have is a nice little Kaiku, Snatch Steel, Paw of Greed, Blade Knight, and DD Warrior Layer. Our opponent has Despair from the Dark, Sanja, Knight Assailant, Tribe Infecting, and Slate Warrior. There's Slate Warrior. So we draw into Dust Tornado, which is quite good, especially with the World Decree. So then we're going to go and play our Delinquent Duel first, because that's pretty nice. Delinquent Duel and Trap Dust Shoot. Oof. So we're rolling, trying to hit something, 5 or less. So 2, okay, get rid of the Sanjan. They get rid of Despair, and then Despair effect activates Special Summon. So they get a free 28 beater with 3000 defense, which is quite high. Okay, we're going to set the Dust, set the DD, just in case to banish it. Pass to our opponent, and then drop Dust Shoe, and they draw into Snatch Steel, which is quite good. We're going to get rid of the Tribe Infecting Virus, because we don't really care too much of the Knight Assailant, because we could get rid of it with Blade Knight, which comes to worst. So banish that. We draw, we get Donzalog, which is very good. So we're going to summon Donzalog. Attack, use the effect to discard a card from our opponent's hand. Let's see where we hit. Something good, something good. Yeah. Then our opponent draws into another Knight Assailant. Very nice. Alright, so Snatch Steel. Get the Donzalog, go into battle phase, attack. Now we're going to use Dust Tornado. So it's always best to wait for the battle phase to activate your Dust Tornado, like sometimes. Unless if you're really worried of them like triggering it for like a Monarch or something, then sure. But we haven't, like, realistically, we did not see one Monarch or anything like that because it was still in the hand. Alright, so Knight Assailant is set. We're going to go and activate Graceful, get something decent, I hope. No, not too much. So Kaiku and Blade Knight. Then we're going to use Terraforming to get the Necro Valley because we don't want our opponent to start bringing everything back with Premature Burial or Book of Life. So we're going to activate Necro Valley. Then we're going to use Reinforcement, get Mystic Swordsman level 2. summon Mystic Swordsman, attack, use the effect to pop it, and then attack with Donzalog, and I use Donzalog effect to go and discard the last remaining card in the opponent's hand, and I pass to our opponent. So they drew into, we generate a Mummy, and they're going to go and attack into our Dawn, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. So we're going to take damage. We draw into Trap Dust Shoe, which is pretty dead since our opponent has no cards in hand. So Blade Knight, Snatch Steel, go battle phase, and we're going to attack with all. So 918 and 2000. So our opponent's missing 200. That's all fine. So then we're going to pass 1 we're going to set the Trap Dust Shoe, and our opponent cannot do anything because of Necro Valley. Very nice. And that's it for match. Now let's go and check out the deck profile. Here is our deck profile for a warrior deck. So here we have Blacklisted Soldier, 3 Blade Knights, very good card. We have 1 Breaker, DD Warrior, we have Donzalog, we have Exile Force, we have 2 Kaikus, we have 2 Mystic Swordsman level 2, which is quite good. It's like extra nobleman crossouts. We have our Ninja Grandmaster, then also Zambira, which is, you know what, decent. At first I was like, not too crazy about it, but now I'm like, I actually do like it quite a bit. Then we have 2 Booker Moons. We have Delinquent Duel, 1 Enemy Control, which actually does help quite a bit. Then we have Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Noblemen Crossout, Power of Greed, Premature Burial, 2 Reinforcements of the Army, 1 Snatch Steel, and for the trap we have Call of the Haunted, Dust Tornado, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Sakuretsu Armor, 3 Solemn Judgment, which I'm not too crazy about it, but we'll see. And then 3 Trap Dust Shoe, which is quite good. And then for the side, we have 3 Dust Wombats, which are very good against burn. We have a Cold Wave if we want stun, because it's mostly still like monster focus. And then we have 3 Giant True Nades. And then we do have 3 Necro Valley with 3 Terraforming, which is good against like quite a bit of decks for Go format. And since it doesn't really affect us, and the only thing that we might have to switch is like if we're playing this, we could take out the Blacklisted Soldier, the Call, and the Premature, since we're not using our Graves like at all, and then just focus of our main monster, and it's pretty good enough with just these. And then finally we have 2 Dust Tornadoes. And that's it for today's match and deck profile. Now if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.